You can see the nice and unique atmosphere in the workshop, and these colors are as a rainbow. The name of the girl who gave this brightness through her embroidery is Gulnazym. When you see her works, you may ask her, why do you choose such bright colors?
Табиғатына байланысты шығар. Екіншіден, жұмыстарымды көрген адамдар содан бір жақсы.
Because of nature. And secondly, when people come to see my works, I prefer that they receive a positive energy. I like rich colors. The Kazakh nation is an open-hearted people, and I think it connects with our green nature. We have the Alatau Mountains and a wide steppe, and I convey this in my works.
Жеріміз көк, Алатауымыз бар, кең даламыз бар. Көбінде соны түсіремін.
Owl embroidery is not an easy work, and not every girl can sew with an owl. You have to work very hard, and it is necessary to have your own imagination. The embroiderer is making a composition called sırlası now.
Айтасыз, қазір тура эскиздің үстіндемін. Жалпы мен өзім бір жұмыс бастамай тұрып, ең алғашымен көп ізденемін және көптеген эскиздер жасаймын.
Currently, I am working on a sketch, and before I start a work, I will do some exploratory work. I make a lot of sketches. I am working through the process of the sırlası composition. I would like to show in my work the younger generation of the Kazakh steppe and their feelings to each other. I base it on history, and I try to connect it with nowadays. Here in the evening moments, shown very nicely, we can see an amulet, and here we see a moon. It's a symbol of a girl and a boy. Also, you can see the shanarak and the camel. The girl and the boy met, and they're sharing their secrets. I want to show them with a good and positive thought.
Енді қыз бен жігіт екеуі кездесіп сырласып тұрды. Енді олардың ойы негізінде осылай шаңырақ көтерсек па дегендей бір жақсы бір позитив дейді ғой.
Gulnazym is a painter who shows her inner spirit with magnificent colors. Each of her works, you can see the voice of the Kazakh steppe. This is her composition entitled The Noise of the Steppe. When you have a look at her embroidery work, the sound of the steppe enters your ears. The cult and the smell of the sagebush are in front of your eyes. It seems as if you're entering into past generations.
Қарасаңыз, бояулары, кейіпкерлері, бояудың анау кейбір суреттердің жинақтағаны қазақ даласын наурызға деген бір күші бар. Ылғи біз қазақ елі тойда жүреміз ғой.
Here are the colors of the composition, and the hero's character is full of the power of the Kazakh steppe for Nauruz. Kazakh people are always ready to celebrate for some occasion. Close to the celebration, Gulnazym portrayed in her work the elements of a bird with bright colors. When you can see it, you won't be tired of the color and the signs of spring on the Jaylao and Nauruz. She conveyed everything.
Жақсы үндестіріп бір жаңадан шығарманың бұлай нелері жалпы ойластыруы өте заманы талабындағы өте жақсы жұмыстың бақыты деп санауға болады.
Muhammad Kanapiya is one of the well-educated teachers of the Kazakh Academy of Art. He has taught Gulnazym, and he told us that the young artist is close to the school of traditional painting, from deep within her heart. Nowadays, the older teacher consistently speaks about the colors in her works. Here you can see the composition of a girl and a boy, titled Alpeldek. And you can also see a cradle with a young mother, or a family who is expecting a child in the spring. The whole composition corresponds accordingly, but the stylization here shows Kazakh ornaments, not as European geometry. This means that the thoughts show a mixture of beauty. During Soviet times, embroidery art was not as developed as people thought. Embroidery reminds them of the ancient times. People brought embroidered shawls with flower ornaments from factories. As a result of independence in the 1990s, Kazakh people who moved from other countries started to use this art again in our country.
Кішкентайымнан су бояумен және акварель майлы бояумен жұмыс істейтінмін, сурет живописпен. Өсе келе бір 13 жасымнан бастап және бізге Кестеге деген қызығушылығым оянды. Өйткені онымен анам, әжем, апайларым.
As in my childhood, I worked with watercolor, and while growing up, I had an interest in embroidery, and owing to it, I came into this art. While working with an owl embroidery, you can develop your own thinking. You can transfer your thoughts through the thread and color. I am always researching Kazakh art because it is incredibly rich. Each ornament has its own philosophy, its own thoughts and meanings. Subsequently, you will portray your thoughts through the composition.
Қызық, өйткені арғай қалай болады екен деген, енді ізденіс үстінде көп боламыз. Жалпы қазақтың өнері бай ғой. Қандай өнер, қол өнерін алмасан да, әр өнердің ою өрнегінде философиялық мағынасы терең. Сол өнерді арғарай заманға сай, заманауи қылып, өзінің және ой өрісінде ұштастырып отырып, ойынды жеткізу.
Gulnazym's compositions are full of philosophy. The name of this work is Borte. Here is described the famous Genghis Khan's love and regret, the harsh character of his wife Borte. The embroiderer wanted to show the power of the woman who ran the world and did not hide it. Every one of my works are magnificent for me. I don't even want to sell them, but I would like to present them to museums as they are priceless to me. I value each of my works. Gulnazym came from a family of artists, and her family brought new forms of art to the Kazakh people. The young artist found her own style in art.
Ерекшелігіне келсек, біріншіден біздің қазақтың технологиясы біз Кесте деген ол негізі қол өнерге жатады.
If you will speak about the unity of Gulnazym's work, owl embroidery is the main method. These compositions of Gulnazym's are a new genre in Kazakh art. She brought a new genre of Kazakh art and new compositions with new colors to visual art.
Қол өнердің қасиеті мен көркем суреттің қасиеті бірге қосылып, жаңадан композициялық бояу жағынан, басқа жағынан көп жаңалық енгізіп отыр.
Жұмыс істеп отырған кезде өте үлкен ойларға да батам. Көп ойланам.
During my work, I transfer different thoughts and I think a lot. I dream and I also make a plan. I work with my hands and my thoughts as well.
Жоспарлар да құрап отырам. Оймен де жұмыс істеп отырам.
While her work is in process, it is difficult to stop her. While at work on her composition, she will not allow herself free time at all, and she works with a great inspiration. Sometimes when I work, I cannot stop myself. It really is difficult to stop. When I have an inspiration, the work which is supposed to be done in a month, I can finish in 2 weeks, while some of my works are finished in 3 to 4 months.
Кейбір жұмыстар болады 3-4 айға дейін. Ол енді көлеміне байланысты.
The composition is a wealth to the viewer. It is a plain embroidered work. We have to admit that it's hard work, and it's not easy to make for any girl.
Бізбен жасап отырған өзі кейде қиын болады.
It is difficult to work with an owl. If the owl escapes during work, it can occasionally get into your eyes. Little girls do not touch the owl. Only from age 12 to 13 can you start working with this owl tool. These words are also proved by Gulnazym's aunt. Aynur is an embroiderer and an artist who has left her mark on Kazakh art. It is very difficult and hard work. You should have a lot of patience, and first of all, you will portray your thoughts on the cloth. Then the color will come out, and through those colors and our imagination, we can make our composition. It is not an easy work to work with the owl. It is really hard. That is why you can't compare this work which is done by machines with handicrafts. There are huge differences between the two of them.
Gulnazym тек қана өз қолымен жасап, шығармаларын жасайды. Енді қолмен жасаған өнердің оның өзінің ерекше қасиеті бар. Ол мысалы адамның қолының жылуы,
Gulnazym makes all of her compositions as handcrafts, and she has a unique quality in her hands. Her mood and her thoughts of philosophy. When you work with handcrafted art, you can deeply show humanity. Gulnazym's works are real handcrafted art. Each of her compositions has its own singular theme. There are stories which can be seen in her compositions as well. The art of handcrafts belonged to the nation, and she developed the art of the nation as well as also her own personal art.
Халық өнерінің қасиетін өзінің өнерінде дами біледі.
Gulnazym's compositions are full of Kazakh national themes, but it's difficult to talk about one of her compositions. The Western artists are close to abstraction, but this girl has her own signature genre in the arts. Exact images and bright colors can be seen in her compositions. If you will have a look at embroidery compositions, we can say that all of these together show a single history.
Мен өзім абстракцияны жақсы көремін. Немесе бір космоспен бір байланысты суреттер салғанды жақсы көремін. Өйткені кішкентай кезімде көбінде мен
I prefer abstraction. I also love to draw pictures connecting space. I grew up together with my father and mother's fairy tales, and as I grew, I started to appreciate my mother's works. I prefer to help recognize their works in the world.
Жәнегі айтып өткендей, өсе келе, өзім қыз бала болғандықтан, анамның жәнегі жасап отырған қолөнер дүниелерін қарап, бағалай, және қазақтың қолөнерін бағалап, екіншіден оны әлемдік деңгейге ары қарай өзім бір қол ұшымды берсем екен деп ойлаймын.
Бұл картинада менің жаңағы Гүлназ сіңілім тұмар, қазақтың өзіміздің тұмары белгісі бар ғой. Соны бейнеленген, онда жаңағы пайғамбарымыз мінген түйе, оның ішінде шаңырақ.
The name of this composition that my sister titled is called Amulet, as there is a camel which is ridden by a prophet. There is also a shanarak which is above and an eagle which is around it. And the image of an eagle is such as a brave man, a real man's character. There are also national dishes which can help quench your thirst.
Торсық тұр, ол торсымыз енді өзіміздің қазақтың жаңағы қымызы, жол жүрген кезде ол торсықпен жаңағы ыстықтан кезде шөліңізді басады дегендей, соны бейнеленгенбіз.
Each of the embroidery threads has its own secret. The composition which is made on the canvas attracts people with its bright colors. Constantly from each of her embroidered works, you will see the artist's youth, her freedom as a citizen of an independent country. You can also see her happiness and her joy come through in her compositions.
Қазақ өнерінде көбінесе тек қана ашық бояуды пайдаланған, ештеңемен араластырмай. Ал енді мына
Kazakh art used only light colors. They do not mix any other colors. We can notice through the composition of Gulnazym also additional colors. As she shows not only Kazakh ornaments, she also produces ornaments from her own. That is why when you see her works, firstly, you will see the Kazakh style, and secondly, you can notice some modern philosophy.
Бұл қазақтың иісі сезіледі. Екіншіден, бұл жұмыстар ескі емес, қазіргі заманға сай екені, қазіргі заманның философиясы, көзқарасы байқалады.
Recently, embroidery art is being developed, and people who appreciate Kazakh embroidery art hang compositions on the walls of their houses. Here, Kazakh art is shown, as well as its history and the sweet aroma of freedom. Art is my happiness. Owing to art, humanity has developed. Art deepens our thoughts and our actions, and our behaviors will be changed.